Hello everybody, welcome back in for another short ride with the stud. This one is going to be fairly short, but wow, it's unbelievable that we even have it. I don't think there's anybody else that's got any of this type of stuff around. This is another Hulk Hogan. It's from 1979. There are two pieces on our streaming channel, Classic Continental Wrestling, with Hulk Hogan, and this is one of them. This is when he first came in. This is actually one of his first television matches. He's obviously going to win. He's going to be wrestling a guy who's called the Outlaw, and well, the Outlaw is going to get squeezed pretty good. What had happened is Louis Tillett was my booker. If you listen to the Studcast, the current Studcast, you kind of know what's going on. We're talking about this time frame which this one falls. And Louis Tillett found Hulk Hogan down there in Tampa, brought him up to Dothan, Alabama, and the Gulf Coast territory, and he wanted to make a star out of him. He thought he had real potential, and I guess he was pretty well right about it. And what he did is he decided, when he's going to push Hulk really hard, that he wanted Hulk to use a bear hug. And so this is one of the Hulk's first matches in Southeastern Gulf Coast territory. He's wrestling a guy that nobody's ever heard of, not a big kid, and he's going to put the bear hug on him. And he's going to beat him with the bear hug, obviously. But Louis Tillett decided he wanted to enhance his wins with the bear hug. So he did angles with Hulk, in which for about the first 6 matches that Hulk had, once he got into the territory, is he won them all with the bear hug, but he won the last 3 of those 6 matches with the guys bleeding out of their mouths, which won't go into how that was done, but it was actual blood, and it was the real guy's blood that came out of his mouth. But it was what got Hulk Hogan over tremendously his first time in life, and he's just getting his start. Southeastern Gulf Coast Wrestling, 1979, spring of 1979. Take a look at this one. You're not going to find it anywhere else, because we did it the first time, just like the first time Andre and Hulk ever had any type of match together, we did that as well. So enjoy this one, and let's have a look at it.
295 pounds from Tampa, Florida, Terry the Hulk Boulder. His opponent at 210 pounds from parts unknown, the Outlaw.
Here we have the Outlaw going up against the uncrowned NWA World Heavyweight Champion. That's Terry the Hulk Boulder, 295 pounds from Tampa. Oh! Push away by Boulder.
I'll say one thing about Terry Boulder. He broke all attendance records in Dothan, Alabama a few weeks ago, and now he's set the wrestling world on fire by being crowned the uncrowned heavyweight champion. For 37 seconds he held that title. Was it 37 seconds, Charlie?
About 37 is what was on the clock. Here we have the Outlaw trying to go for a body slam on Terry Boulder, and he's got his work cut out for him. A reversal, full slam by Boulder on the Outlaw. Amazing the size of this Terry the Hulk Boulder, truly. One of the greats in professional wrestling. Outlaw firing away, Hulk dropping the elbow.
Not doing much damage, and the Hulk is coming back. There's a beautiful elbow.
Takes his man into the ropes, comes off. Oh, catches him hard. Outlaw goes to the canvas once again. There it is.
There it is. There's that bear hug. He's got that bear hug, Charlie. There's no getting out of that.
Terry the Hulk Boulder with a bear hug on the Outlaw.
I believe the Outlaw is out.
That is it. And the winner of the match, the uncrowned NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Terry Boulder. And Terry...
Wow, wrestling history. My goodness, it's pretty amazing. Turns out Hulk Hogan's going to be one of the biggest stars in the history of the sport. And just a little quick story here on the end. Louis Tillett called me up. He had Hulk in the territory for about 4 or 5 weeks, and he says, and he had his French accent. He says, "Ron, this guy's got tremendous potential. You know, he needs a big guy to wrestle with. We don't have anybody your size, and I think he's ready. You need to come and take a look at him, and I want you to work with him." So I go to Dothan, Alabama. First time I ever see the Hulk. Terry Boulder is what his name was. Terry the Hulk Boulder. You know, that's what we call him anyway. And so I went to the ring. Got to the ring first. He's a heel, obviously, and I see him come out of the dressing room. And he doesn't look anything like the Hulk Hogan people remember or people know, most people know. He had black hair on his body. His upper body was all black hair. His hair was black. He didn't have the blonde hair. He had shaved his chest down into the shape of a diamond, down to where his trunks were. He was the most odd-looking guy I'd ever seen. But once he got to the ring and he got in the ring and I stood facing him and next to him and really got a look at him, I could see what Louis Tillett saw in him, and I could see that he had tremendous potential. Obviously, he wasn't a very good wrestler. We had a great match, but I had to lead him and did the best I could. He was in the process of learning, but it was unbelievable for us, Louis, to find him and to bring him there and to develop him into being a star. And where his career went from there was just it's out of sight, unbelievable. But we started him out just like so many other guys. Honky Tonk Man's going to come through there. So is Brutus the Barber Beefcake. Some of the greatest, David Schultz, the guys that are going to go on to be stars for Vince and in New York and national stars. A lot of them got their start right there in our territory, Southeastern, Gulf Coast, Southeastern, Knoxville, Continental, a lot of the companies that we had. But I hope you've enjoyed this one. Be sure and subscribe. Take a look. Wonderful to take a look and have a long ride. It's loaded. You're going to find that it's going to be the best old school wrestling streaming channel on the planet for $4.99 a month or $39.99 a year. You're going to be able to see some of the greatest old timers there ever was, and a lot of them you're going to not recognize who they are because you saw them years after they got their start. And this is just a great example. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for supporting us. And we're going to bring you another one.